We talking about balance, especially in a marriage or a relationship. We're thinking about how do we fit all these things that we have going on in life into one person's life, right?
Yeah.
So you got jobs, you got family, you got friends, you got businesses, you got all
So
these
many
things,
responsibilities.
and we how do we not let life impact our marriage to a point where we're off balance and now it's starting to impact our marriage?
Right.
So balance to me is finding that rhythm, like you said, and making it all balanced out, so that way that every aspect of your life is being it's been every need is being met.
I think about the word when you was like this. I think about the word equilibrium. It's a word.
Yeah, it is.
Don't play with me. Yeah, finding that equilibrium.
Put that thing in the center.
Yeah, and it was right.
Yeah, that's good.
It was right today.
I don't care if it was wrong. It's not wrong, nor is it right. You understand?
For better or worse, we bound to this life. Not wrong, nor is it right. Not wrong, nor is it right. We trying to live right. We partners for life. Not wrong, nor is it right. Not wrong, nor is it right. Love conquers.
Welcome back,
Hey,
y'all, to our
guys.
all new podcast.
Yes.
Not wrong, nor is it right. Well, we just looking forward to inspiring young couples who might not necessarily have the most proper upbringing, who trying to figure this thing out, who might not necessarily have all of the pieces together to make their marriage or that support system behind them. Because you're looking at a product right now of people that just came from the trenches, came from the streets. God came and saved our lives and put this thing together, man. So this is not wrong, or is it right?
Yes.
So we here. We hope to inspire you. Make sure y'all continue to like, subscribe.
Like, follow,
And
subscribe.
we're going to continue to give y'all this content. What's up, boo?
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Looking good. We're coming
The
off
weekend
of
is amazing.
coming off of my birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Birthday complete.
Yeah. You did
That
great job.
was so stressful. But that's another day.
Great job. Because we had to do plan Bs.
We had a
We had
plan
to.
B.
And you know what? This actually goes into kind of what we're going to be talking about today.
It does.
Because you planned something. And today we're speaking on balance, right?
Yes.
Finding
The title
that balance
for today
in that
is
relationship.
balance, you guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Balance in your relationship, your marriages, even friendships. I mean, it's no box.
Yeah.
Like, just balance in general.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive into that for sure.
So by balance, help us understand, what are we talking about when we talking about balance? Especially when we talking about relationship, friends, and all those type of things. What exactly do we mean by balance?
Well, for me, I feel like balance is being able to have like just moments of clarity for yourself. Being able to not shut yourself off, but occasionally just have some me time. And also being able to incorporate your friends or your marriage or your husband or, whoever, your boyfriend, girlfriend. Just creating that rhythm.
Yeah.
To be able to have your time, their time, and, whatever that looks like to you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Same. So for me, balance, when we talking about balance, especially in a marriage or a relationship, we're thinking about how do we fit all these things that we have going on in life into one person's life, right? So you got jobs, you got family, you got friends, you got businesses, you got all these
so many
things,
responsibilities.
and how do we not let life impact our marriage to a point where we're off balance and now it's starting to impact our marriage?
Right.
So balance to me is finding that rhythm, like you said, and making it all balanced out, so that way that every aspect of your life is being it's been every need is being met.
I think about the word when you was like this. I think about the word equilibrium. It's a word.
Yeah, it is.
Don't play with me. Yeah, finding that equilibrium.
Put that thing in the center.
Yeah, and it was right.
Yeah, that's good.
It was right today.
I don't care if it was wrong. It's not wrong, nor is it right. You understand?
Sometimes my words be wrong, y'all. But
yeah. So what are some practical ways to find that balance in your relationship? Because here's the thing. A lot of people, especially when you get into like a marriage or a relationship, it's almost like all of your focus becomes so tied into this one person that you start to even forsake all of the things that made you who that person even want. So it's like you used to have
fell off.
Exactly. So you used to have all this stuff going for yourself, and now you done
ambitions,
got
goals,
all that, right?
body,
and a lot of that stuff gets cut off because you then become attached to this one person. And now all
and
of
you
your
get
time,
lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and we touched on that too before.
Absolutely.
What you were gonna say?
No, I was about to say, that's how relationships go stale.
Yeah.
Right, because you're not finding that balance between your still keeping yourself up kept, still like investing in yourself and these other things that keep you sane, the other things that keep you going, keep you young, keep you fresh. You now just became just kind of stale, lost your identity of yourself.
That's good.
And inside your marriage.
That's good. Being able to create the balance in your relationships and stuff. I feel like for marriages and relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, just being able to date each other. Because I know you said you kind of get into these relationships and you lose yourself. You get lazy. Everything just kind of is a fog. It's like, oh, I'm in La La Land, or oh, I'm in my honeymoon stage, and then it's just like, oh, okay, I done stopped doing the things I used to do to get them or to lure them in, or I stopped getting dolled up. I swapped out them Vicky Seeks for some granny panties. For the dance, and so just a recap from episode 2. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. But yeah, so being able to still stay fresh in the game, dating is, I feel like, a great number one thing to do to be able to keep that balance in your marriage and your relationship. Date one another, and do it intentionally, not to make it just a regular routine, like, oh, you want to do the movies, or you want to, pop on Netflix and chill and get some popcorn. That's cool. But really, I feel like for me,
when we doing Netflix and chill, I want to chill too much.
Exactly. And we end up falling asleep. And my thing is, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, especially if you're in a situation like us where you have kids, you're still young, and you're married. Sometimes our date nights do look like Netflix and chill, kids upstairs, or even if we're more intentional, we'll create the atmosphere in the basement, kind of, ordering and really jazz it up, LED lights and all. But basically, just being intentional about dating and making it very special. Like, I feel like even in the beginning when we got married, we had our date nights or whatever. And then I just feel like as time goes on, you'll start to see like your spouse may get lazy with planning dates.
Absolutely.
And it's like, hello.
I felt that in your answer bullshit when you said your spouse got lazy. I
need you to plan. I love planning stuff, and I love surprises.
This year for your birthday, I did a crazy job.
Yes, you did wonderful.
I've been tapping into
my bag. You did wonderful. You tapped into that bag, and I appreciate you.
Maybe we can make that a short.
And I've even noticed over time, like the changes.
We'll talk about how I planned your birthday.
Okay.
And how you planned my birthday.
And we'll let the people vote to see who had the best birthday.
You always trying to compete with me.
I am.
I think I might have won this year.
I am.
Yeah, so that's good. Dating inside of your marriage, right? Yeah. So that way, like, you keep things fresh. A lot of times you hear it all the time. After years and years and years, you no longer you don't even see your spouse as husband and wife. And you're now looking at that person as
like a roommate.
We're just sharing the space. Yeah, it's so routine. It's just, and then kids come about. You already got bills and your job. Everything becomes so routine. Yeah, dating,
you gotta break it.
Intentional dating, frequent dating.
Dust that.
Even for ourselves, we know dating is so important to us that even in a lack of support from like village, we will have to invest in a nanny.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, it's so
Shout
important.
out to our nanny.
Shout out to the nanny.
Love her.
Shout out to the nanny. I would.
She's
I
a
would.
lifesaver.
I would plug
we ain't
her,
dropping
but now we ain't.
Nope,
we ain't. Nah, we ain't
because
jumping
then
on
she
names.
gonna be
Yeah, we ain't
unavailable
jumping on
for
names.
y'all.
We ain't jumping
No,
on names.
sorry. But find you one.
Yeah, absolutely.
God will send her.
So
Or
because
him.
it was that is that important to us, especially because we are young, right? And we don't want to lose ourselves, like our youngness, our freshness inside of marriage. It's like we stated before, marriage is a grown person's game, and it'll cause you to tap into this real world of everything has to become scheduled, or routine, or and it's ugly, nasty. We ain't with that.
It's like when you start feeling that, even in your relationships or your marriages, a conversation has to be had.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And sometimes it can be tough. Sometimes it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm with you for the rest of my life.
Sure.
I made a commitment to rock it out with you. Sickness and health. You know, all of the vows that you give. So it's like, if things start to become routine, or you start to notice a lack in planning or dating, or boo-boo, you're not looking at me like I used to. I need you to switch it up. I need you to change it. Speak up.
Sure.
You know, speak up.
Absolutely. Because and I'll say this. I think, especially when you're young, that's easy access for distractions.
Absolutely.
In my opinion.
The enemy.
Absolutely. Because it's like, especially being young people, we busybodies. Our minds are always on the next thing, especially now with the age of social media and things like that. Everything is so fast paced. And so with routine, you kind of become, that's why people become bored with their 9 to 5s. Like even people become bored with gym schedules. Everything that's scheduled becomes like
meal prepping,
eating the same thing every single day. Everything that's routine. We're not doing nothing that's routine. Right? I mean, obviously you want discipline.
Things, to create the discipline, right?
But like, don't get into this routine of like, just because this person, I'm married to this person, we gotta whether we date or not, whatever, they gotta be locked in with me, because that's one of the fastest ways for your spouse to become distracted. So
for sure,
intentional dating, get that,
and being able just to have that, find your spontaneity in whatever you do. You know, like however you can. Like I said, for us, if we got to put the kids to bed and create our own atmosphere in the house, then that's what we have to do. But just really being intentional and finding your spontaneity in things.
Also, equally important, it's just kind of switching gears a little bit. I also feel like balance in a marriage looks like both spouses have responsible friend groups. Right? You got your group of friends, your female friends. I got my group of guy friends that you can trust, that I can trust, that you can go out and have a night with your girls. You can go have a dinner. I could go on my guys.
Being able to take a break from each other.
Absolutely. Having that break.
Needed.
It's definitely needed.
It's needed.
It's like,
I love you, boo, but
I need to miss you.
I need me time.
Because when I go out with my dogs and I'm out for a little bit, I'm like, man, I miss my.
Sometimes you be like, this ain't it.
I'm gone back to.
Some nights you have fun, but some nights you be like, I'm glad I got a home to go back to.
Absolutely.
I'm glad I got a spouse to go back to. Like,
no question. I'm gone.
The time is definitely needed though, and I think even also on top of having like friends to be able to go out to. I said this year I wanted to try to tap into just having me time, like, but outside the house. I say it all the time, but I really want to try to do things like go to the movies by myself or go out to eat by myself, just to be able to.
Do you really think I'm letting you out the house by yourself looking like that?
And I be feeling like you be really
crazy?
not wanting me to.
Are you? What Remy say? Are you?
I understand
dumb?
I understand the safety concerns here, but I feel like I could plan it where it's like day.
Like, you think I'm gonna let them vouchers? It's like, nah, I trust my boo.
Thank you.
Still, safety wise, I'm definitely worried about that.
Definitely
not even worried, but concerned.
I always wanted to try to do the movies and dinner by myself, but
you should.
Just to I just feel like it opens up a new way of figuring out like who you are, what you like.
Date yourself.
Yeah, you tap into like figuring out just you again and just really spending time with yourself. Like, and that's okay.
Yourself. So date your spouse,
taking a break
date
from
your
each
friends,
other.
and date yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
You got to.
Big three.
And on top of that, now that we have kids, we both individually date our kids.
We do.
Like, I might take True out for
Yeah.
to the playground or play the games with them, and you sometimes you might come to me like, babe, I feel like I need some personal time with True. I haven't spent some time with True in a while.
And I'll take them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll be together, you know. So that's the other part of just balance, being able to create time, family time, but also outside of that, we already touched on, like, you know, our time together. But family time is just as important. Being able to, you know, properly budget for that. Whether you guys, I don't know, go on a big extravagant trip somewhere, or you just kick it at the park.
'Cause we love
whatever
trip.
it looks like.
We love a trip.
Yeah. I think recently I've you know, we big on calendars here, so I've tried to.
I don't be checking that calendar though.
He do. When you feel like it. Babe, we got something on the 20th.
I double book all the time. It's people mad at me right now.
You do. Anyways, I try to make sure that I put at least like one to two events, depending on budget. But I said I wanted to get in the routine of doing 1 to 2.
You want to go, babe, we're going to Disney World 2 weeks from now. Make it happen.
Legoland. Okay, I know, right?
We are going to Legoland, though. Shout out to
Legoland, yes. But being able to, like, plan ahead of time and saying, you know what, this month, let's put 2 events on the board on the calendar for family time, whether that's like Monster Jam, the circus, the park, the aquarium. So that's been something that we've been big on, being able to take them out at least like once or twice a month to, you know, something nice. And of course they have other little places that we go to, playground or whatever, but yeah, being able to schedule that family time for sure to create that balance. And I think it was just one more.
Do you feel like, do you ever feel like there was a time in our marriage where we really struggled with having the proper balance? Like, it just felt like even things were one side. I know back when I had the cleaning business, and obviously I think Trash was just born. I think at that time I had like 2 jobs.
I think I was still pregnant.
And the cleaning business. So it was like,
I was still pregnant.
Trying to get that off the ground. And I know I was gone like a lot, hustling, client to client to client, building that business up. And I remember, like, even though the money was coming in, the balance wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it's hard. So it's like, that balance still, even like you have to be intentional about that balance, right? Because the impact of improper balance could be severely damaging to your relationship, even if it's at a good
happy life.
Man, whatever. Even if it's no, seriously, but I mean, happy wife, happy life. I mean, I guess, but I think it's about everybody being happy. Because here's the thing. It's not like I was out there building a business, working hard for myself.
Of course,
I'm doing this to you know to feed the family. So, but it's like,
and that's so interesting because even like when you watch movies and stuff, and you just hear people's life stories with like dads that like worked a whole lot, to the point where it overconsumed them.
Right.
And so I do recall just sometimes, even with the business, it would be like, okay, babe, like, take a minute, like, just take a minute, like, to tap in with us.
Yeah.
I agree. It's like, it's unintentional. Like, the dad's job is to provide, to go out there, get the bag, make sure we're straight. But I feel like, you know, some dads can probably unintentionally just be so consumed with finances, working hard, overtime, hustle, that you miss out on important life events and, you know, the kids, the wife, like, and so it's like finding, again, that balance of, okay, I'm a hustle 4 or 5 days out the week and then make sure I turn my phone off or turn, like, you know, business stuff just got to wait for a day or two just to be locked in.
So I feel like at the same time, it takes a woman, right, or my wife, to understand why the balance isn't where it is right now, why we're unbalanced right now. And if there is a period of time where hustling is happening, because maybe the balance have to be off balance,
unbalanced for a little while
for now, because I'm looking for long-term balance, right? But in those moments where things are unbalanced, how are you acting as a wife, as a server, as a supporter? Because you got to having the mindset that this nigga out here doing this for us. That in the long term, it's going to. So I think when things are unbalanced, obviously, like they can become in a situation like that. That's on the best side of the unbalance.
I feel like too, if it's a way for the dad to be able to, or you, if we just want to kind of speak there.
They talk about me.
If it was anything, I wish probably could have happened, but I think you did do it a couple times where like you see that, okay, my wife is probably just overconsumed with so much because I'm out here and I have to be. Maybe reward her with something like special, not jewelry or anything, bags. I mean, that's nice, that's nice. But a spa day, like, babe, you did a lot this week. Here you go. And you've been doing that. And I love my little spa days, and I really appreciate you for that. Thanks, boo. Cause life be lifing, and with these kids and working from home, that's a balance for me.
That's good.
That's a lot of.
Cause we gotta as men.
I be chemically imbalanced by Friday.
No question. As men on that term, on working to go get it, on men that's out here grinding. We got to understand, because that we make the house unbalanced for you, you kind of have all those consequences because you're here with the children and you're still working. And so it's like, even though we out here doing our thing and trying to go get it and stuff like that, we have to really be aware of how the house is, the temperature of the house while things are unbalanced, even if it's at a good cost. Because, like I said, that's how now the relationship becomes a little sticky and could become very frustrating because the house is unbalanced.
And I think just also knowing the role that you play in your relationships is a big factor too, as far as like, okay, husband and wife. Me knowing that I can, like, the temperature of the home can be switched in an instant depending on my attitude. So I know the role that I play in regards to being able to just keep everything at a calm, just keep the space calm.
Give me one of your words.
No, I'm not going to do it. But I mean, because I forgot what I was on Instagram, and it was like a meme or something, and the guy was just basically talking about how, like, the husband, he has a way, you basically have a way with your words where you can, stir up your wife unknowingly, and the wife can, keep everything calm. But it made a little sense. But it goes both ways.
That's my point. It goes both ways. I think you got when you start. I mean, niggas do stuff for clicks. Women do stuff for clicks. Like, I mean, anyway, but I agree. It
still made a little sense.
I agree, but you can still the context of it. You can still. I would agree to
we
that.
Can apply it to both.
Words, but I think that's for both of us.
For sure.
Gender roles was last episode though. So I'm like, if y'all ain't see gender roles, y'all might want to go back and check out those gender roles. It was good. But yeah, I think balance is really. When things are unbalanced, you can fix it with communication.
Before it gets way off. And before the person gets here. Because I've been here sometimes. And, the next episode we'll dive into conflict resolution.
That's going to be...
Because I was going to say I've been here, and sometimes, just... You grow in your marriage and your relationships, and you figure out how to communicate, whatever. But sometimes when the person gets here, it's like too late. I've built up this pent up energy of, okay, be patient. It's going to, work out. We'll find our rhythm. It ain't happen this week. Next week, come on, boom, another building block till I'm like having a mental breakdown. Like, babe, I'm tired. I'm done.
And then breakdowns ain't pretty.
Yeah.
The breakdowns.
But yeah, make sure you find your balance in these relationships, friendships, marriage, and make it work.
Sure.
Don't get lazy on them.
I agree. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, just talking about balance. And this is just honestly, this is just surface level. We plan to go much more deep on this topic, and just to really lock into like what can help balance out your relationship, especially if things seem severely unbalanced right now and look like no hope. Listen, comment down below what you might like. What might be some things inside your relationship that have the relationship unbalanced. Here's another thing that we can speak on next episode about unbalanced. It might feel like somebody love might be stronger than the other person, right? So we're gonna dive into it
for sure.
Listen, Not Wrong Nor Is It Right. Make sure y'all lock in on Instagram, Wrong Nor Right. YouTube, follow us, like, subscribe, comment. Man, it's been love. Make sure y'all continue to lock in. I'm Sonny.
And I'm Tee.
And this is Not Wrong Nor Is It Right.
For better or worse, we bound to this life, not wrong.